Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your bringing this roundtable together. I wish our chairman had seen fit to call a hearing, but he decided not to do so. But I think it's an extraordinarily important topic, and I appreciate the testimony that's been given. I can tell you that as I've watched the news and as I've heard your testimony today, it makes me heartsick as I see anti-Semitism expressed in this country. It is disgusting. It's reprehensible. It is a violation of the mores and the feelings of being an American, and I'm just sick by it. I can tell you that my heart goes out to you as you've experienced these types of attacks yourself, and to the members of the Jewish American community that have felt the same thing. I'd also note, for those that are concerned about this dimension, which is less important than the one I've just described, but that is that this anti-Semitism being perpetrated in our country has geopolitical implications, in that democracy and freedom is at war with authoritarianism. And China and Russia, Iran, North Korea, and others have linked to push against freedom. The leader of the free world is the United States of America. Anything they can do to weaken the United States of America promotes their war against freedom and democracy. We are a diverse nation. Like it or not, we have people from all different ethnicities, countries of origin, religions, and so forth. And so if they can divide us, if they can make us hate one group or another, if they can make us less united, they advance their cause. So this has not only personal reprehensible implications, it has geopolitical implications that are threatening the very foundations of freedom. There are so many reasons for American college campuses and leaders of all kinds to step up and to oppose anti-Semitism in all of its manifestations. Now, Ms. Steinberg, I'm interested in what Stanford's response was. I should just note that I went to high school in a religiously diverse community. I didn't know who was of one religion or one ethnicity or another. As I got older, I began to recognize some people were Jewish and some were not. My personal interactions with Jewish individuals and reading of history suggests that, at least based on my experience, Jewish people have made enormous contributions to the United States of America, disproportionate in many, many ways. And so I find this incomprehensible. I find the anti-Semitism something I simply can't understand what its roots are, other than perhaps a sense of inferiority in the part of some people. But that being said, I'm interested in what the response has been at Stanford. I spent 1 year at Stanford, and the idea that the administration or the faculty would countenance the kind of outrage that you've experienced is hard for me to understand. What has been the response so far?
Thank you so much, Senator Romney, for answering that question. I can't give a bird's eye view of campus, but I can tell you where I was on October 7th. I did not leave my dorm room. After seeing pictures of the banners that were plastered all over campus, I wasn't scared, but I knew the sort of emotional weight that I would have to carry. My friends, I'm very lucky to have amazing friends, brought me Cliff Bars and coffee because they knew that it would be difficult for me to leave my room. And I'm not saying this because I want you or anyone in this room to further the idea that safetyism can protect Jews. It can't, and that's not the answer. The answer is moral clarity, which is not what the university provided. Less than 24 hours after the start of the war in Ukraine, the university issued a statement condemning the war. I believe in a similar time frame after the Dobbs decision was passed, the university issued a statement. Though the university is currently under new leadership with interim President Saller, they waited, I believe, until Wednesday of that week to issue a statement, and one that was extraordinarily light-handed. And since then, Jewish community leaders and Jewish students have faced anti-Semitism on campus. Granted, it's not as bad as it has been on schools out east, like at the Columbia campus or at the Cornell campus. But the Jewish community at Stanford is an incredibly resilient one, but we feel alone in this. We feel that this is not the time for university administrations to start playing nonpartisan games. This is the wrong time for the university to start saying that they believe in academic freedom and that prohibits them from making a statement. I'm a huge defender of academic freedom. Last year in a school newspaper, I wrote an article defending 2 girls who were pictured reading Mein Kampf as a joke. I am a longtime defender of academic freedom. However, I think there's a large difference between allowing professors and allowing students to freely associate. I, for example, think that the bans of Students of Justice in Palestine from the Brandeis and Fordham campuses is wrong. However, I think that makes the Jews also look bad, like they need to silence their opponents to be successful. But I think that what we do need is moral leadership. And Senator, that's something that you have provided, and I hope your colleagues will continue to provide. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.